live? Are all the mics working? I think, well, my mic is working.
Yep.
Yep, Oscar's mic is working too.
Yep.
So that's all fine. Okay, I think we should be ready to go. Well, we've got a very special show today because May the 4th be with you. It's I think it's really it's a coincidence that we have a show today, but obviously we see a really cool pop hat that Chris has got. We were just talking about it. It's amazing that I saw this just today because, Star Wars Day, so everybody is showing everything they've got. And I saw this coming by. I think it's on the Hot Toys website or one of these. And I thought, wow, this is so cool. And I've looked at these pop dolls a lot, but this one is particularly cool. So, yep, another thing on the list.
But you should have it on your dashboard in your car, or not?
That's true.
Yeah, like we used to have a little dog on the backside that just went like this. Yeah, but that's not cool. We need to have a baby Yoda. Oh, look what's there! Whoa, there's the other stuff.
So that's the real May the 4th right there.
Oh, whoa, yeah, that's still such a cool thing. Well, I can't stay behind. I've got other stuff, but let me just do not. Ta-da! That's pretty cool too, huh? That's
Set your cameras decided they're out of focus.
Oh yeah. I know. I probably.
It thinks they're part of the background.
Oh yeah, but that's just the Skype camera. It's clear on the other one. By the way, I'll share my screen again. Every week I have to look for where to do that. I think start recording, choose background effect. No, that's not it. Why isn't it there? Share screen. Share screen. Oh, it decided to just go out of the menu and just go in the bottom bar. OBS Studio. Start sharing. You should now be able to see what I'm seeing. Anyway, guys, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. I'm not sure if Edwin is already on, but I don't know if anyone is on. Let me see. Switch this. Well, we'll see that coming. Hopefully everything works technically. I think it will. We've got a couple of things that we wanna do today that we've prepared, and it can obviously derail in any way we think is necessary.
We seem fit,
which is fine. Let's not do that. We'll start with news of the week. Just a couple of things we picked up in media that we can talk about. Some of which are also have to do with Star Wars, obviously. Then we'll do a part May the 4th be with you. Just Star Wars stuff. We'll probably take an hour just for that. But Chris has started building his space shuttle. And he's taking some pictures of that, and we'd love to hear about his experience with that. So we'll try and squeeze that in too. And if there's time, we'll do a memory of the week. And if we don't have time, we'll just skip that to next week. So welcome. To start with news of the week.
And
Apple, Apple Airtags. Okay, let's just maybe start with that before we go into the Google stuff. I saw all the hype on the AirTags, and I thought, but this is something old, isn't it? This is not new. I thought that was my first thing.
It's new to Apple.
Yeah.
So Tile have been doing trackable items for a few years, but this is the first one that's in sort of the Apple ecosystem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's a tiny little button.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. It's really thin.
Yeah.
And when you get one, if you have an Apple, if you have an iPhone, you register it to your phone, and it shows up in your devices that you can follow.
Mm-hmm.
But what's kind of neat about this is the Tile app. If you use use Tile, that relies on people having the Tile app on their phone to be able to find things.
Yeah.
With these, because it's just part of the Apple ecosystem, if I leave something somewhere that has this in it, any other iPhone that happens to go near it will log its position, and then I can see where it is.
Yeah.
Any other iPhone. So they when they release this, they already have like 1 billion iPhones in circulation. So
exactly. Yeah.
And we tested this. I gave it to my wife, and she put it in her bag, and went to somewhere else in the city, and I could see where it was because her phone saw this and said, "This is the location of this device." And then when I looked it up on my phone, it said, "Your tag is here."
Okay. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
It's cool, and privacy privacy is another thing, but yeah. Okay, yeah, I can see that because of the number of Apple devices spread out everywhere, you've got a much finer grid of
and it's passive. So the person whose phone happens to see your tag has no idea that their phone has seen a tag. It's just done in the background.
Yeah.
And then if I mark this as missing or lost, if someone then happens to go near it, it can pop a message up on their phone that says there's a lost AirTag nearby, and you can put a phone number on it or something like that.
Okay.
For privacy, if you wanted to try and stalk someone with this, that was one of the worries, is you could hide this in someone's pocket or someone's bag. If they have an iPhone, and their phone notices that there's a tag that's been in their location for some unknown amount of time, it's like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
It will then send a message to their phone saying, "There's an AirTag near you. Do you know about this? It seems to be following." And then they can get instructions then on how to disable it.
Okay.
Okay. With Android, with Android devices, after 4 hours, it also starts to become an active NFC tag.
Yeah.
So the Android device will say, "Hey, there's a new tag near me," and then it pulls up a reference to an Apple website that says, "There's an AirTag following you."
Okay.
So that's how they've addressed the privacy concerns. Is, you can try and track someone with this, but if they have any modern phone that's Android or Apple, it will tell them after a few hours.
Yeah. Okay. It's still, you could do it, but it's not very professional. There are probably much better ways of tracking people than using this for that.
Yeah. What I want to do is I want to put this into the geocache network.
Oh. Yeah.
I want to put this in a geocache somewhere and then see if I can track where it goes.
Okay, that's cool.
So that would be kind of an interesting experiment.
Yeah.
But
and it's I would put it in a bottle and send it over the ocean and see where it ends up. You can do numerous. Or on a balloon.
It's a long time without a phone problem.
Without a signal. Yeah.
Well, it would be cool to just somewhere in the middle of the ocean when a ship passes, somebody has an iPhone. It would be so cool to just know that it's there somewhere and wait for a message.
But for example, you could put this in your baggage when you're traveling. And then when any of the baggage workers or any of the airport workers are near this and they have an iPhone, it'll tell you the exact location of where it was when it was last seen.
Exactly. Yeah,
so,
it's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty clever. And the fact that it does it all in the background, it's kind of neat because no one has to do anything actively to tell you that it's been found. The phone just says, "Oh, there's an AirTag." It takes the location of the phone and it takes the serial number of the AirTag, and then it goes, "Here's the location of this serial number." And then on my phone, when I look, it goes, "Where's the location of this serial number?" And then it tells me.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it has a user replaceable battery.
Oh, okay.
Tile, once a Tile's battery is dead, you throw it away.
Yeah.
This one is a little waterproof container, and you put just a normal watch battery in that lasts for about a year. So you can change the battery in this.
Okay. Well, it's cool. They just killed Tile, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's unbelievable. I think it's great. But then again, how many do you want? Because you want one in your car. You want one in, I don't know, your luggage. You need a couple of those. What is the price of those?
It's $29 for one, or $99 for five.
Okay.
Or $99 for four.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So, and then it's going to be hard to see this, but you can see on the phone, maybe.
Oh yeah, now I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It tells you the distance of it. So if I put it over here behind me.
Oh, okay. It's 4 feet, 5 feet away. Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then I'll bring it back closer.
Oh wow. It's just here. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And then if I put it on the other side of the room there, what it should do is it should be able to find it, and then it'll put it. Yeah. So there's now an arrow on my phone.
Okay. Yeah. Where to go?
Oh, cool. Yeah.
That tells me where it is, and my phone is also pulsing now.
Okay.
And the closer I get to it, the faster it pulses.
Oh wow. Cool.
And then I can just tell it to play a sound as well. So if I'm close, I can say play a sound, and it'll find it.
Okay. And it's an Apple thing, but you can use it. I mean, it's the Apple network that uses it, but do you need to have an Apple phone to use it?
Yeah, it's tied into the Find My network for Apple. Exactly. This is purely an Apple thing.
Yeah,
but,
okay.
You know, it's one of the most Apple things you can buy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
So what? Well, it could actually be a fun thing, games for students or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Add one. Give one person a tag and let the others find him. Or
yeah. So but it's an interesting little device. You know, I spent $29 because I wanted to see what the capabilities were, and now I know.
Yeah.
I might, you know, for example, I could put this under the saddle of my bicycle, and then if my bike gets stolen, I can track it using this.
Yeah.
You know, you could put one in a car and do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. That would be my first, my car, bike.
It sounds stupid, but if you go to like an American sports stadium where there's 20,000 cars and you forget where you parked, if you leave this in your car, it'll lead you back to it.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
So
okay,
but that's of course only with the old school cars, because mine has his own app and is online always.
Exactly.
So
But
for cars who does not have this, it would be really helpful. Yeah. And what's the range?
So the range where the phone can see it is about probably 15 meters.
Okay. So if you are lucky, you know that your luggage is in the area bay of your plane when you're sitting inside.
Yeah, exactly.
You actually can track it that it's there. Yeah.
Yeah, if you if you don't see, well, if it's a really big plane, large plane, probably you won't. But
but what it means is, because it has a range of about 15 meters, it means if this is really lost and I'm trying to find it, any iPhone that comes within 15 meters of this will tell me where it
pick it up,
where it saw it.
Exactly.
So
okay, it's cool, and I understand a little bit more what it does now, which is cool. Well, I still won't go into the Apple ecosystem because that would totally be a disaster for me. But it's there should be an Android version of this somewhere down the line, I think, and then it would probably be a good idea to get a couple. Cool. Yeah, I saw it. I saw people going on about it, but I didn't really understand what it did. But now I do. So this is really cool. Great stuff. Okay, cool. A couple of other things that I noticed, and I'll switch to the next screen. A couple of other things that I noticed this week, and you might have a little gray area now in front of your camera, guys, but it will be fine on the stream. Is obviously, and I thought this was cool. If you search for "May the 4th be with you" on Google, you get this, which I totally love. I mean, this is just great stuff. They should just have this as a screensaver or something that you can use on your PC, because this is just amazing. Let's do it again, just for the fun of it. Isn't
really
this cool?
cool?
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. And today, obviously, being May the 4th and Star Wars Day, Lego brought out a new R2D2. And I was a little bit lost on the whole subject because I thought they already had one, and then apparently they had, but this is a new one. And then I saw some videos talking about both of them. It's about €200, so it's it's not cheap, but it's probably larger than I thought it would be. And I haven't seen a lot about it, but I think Oscar has looked a little bit more into it, and he came up with a video of a comparison between the two. Shall I just play it in the background, and you probably know a little bit more about it?
But I think we doesn't need the voice of the video, and maybe you can scroll a bit through it during my talk.
Yeah.
But on the viewer's right hand, it's the 2012 kit, and on the left side, where he's now actually with his hands, that's the new one, the 2021. And well, it's in details they really changed it. So there are some more parts on the new one.
Okay.
And actually the old one was around €180, and that was 2012, and now it's around €200.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with the inflation and that you get more parts, it's pretty much the same price as it was.
Mm-hmm.
And what I personally like more about the new one is that they made it more round. So I think the head was quite filled with square blocks, and now they used more round Lego blocks. So that's actually nice. You asked about how big is it? Well, now you maybe get a feeling about it, but I think in centimeters it's 31 or 32 centimeters high, and 20 centimeters in width. And so it's actually a pretty nice Lego kit. The only thing was, he starts now talking about an R2D2 beamer. So, but that's €700 or something. Actually, they say, well, maybe you can buy it or build it within the head of R2D2, really to have have a beamer-like thing he has. But so I really like it. I heard that. Here you can really see that they upgraded the
head.
Really the parts. The head. And there are funny things inside there. So the Luke Skywalker's lightsaber is in there.
Okay.
And other stuff you can pull out and open the doors and get out the data arm, etc.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, cool.
So it's again cool. The middle leg, when it starts traveling, you can hide it or get it into view.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty neat stuff.
Yeah.
The question is, really, I did not find out why they brought it back into the market. Well, probably because it's they knew it was a moneymaker. Because I think again, after just one day, it's already in backlog.
Okay.
So you in Europe,
it's a 50th anniversary celebration of Lucasfilm.
That's That makes sense.
That was their excuse this time.
That was the excuse.
Yeah. And what they say is the first one, the 2012 model, already did €300 to €350 online.
Oh, okay.
So actually, it doubled in price in 8 to 9 years time. So that made me wonder if I only should buy it for investment.
Yeah, buy two. One for to keep mint in box, and one to build probably.
I have an interesting story about mint in box. When my Lego Porsche was ordered, the Porsche GT3 RS, We paid for one and they sent me two.
Oh, ooh, that's cool. That's
So I built one and the other one has never been opened.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's cool.
That's heavenly luck.
Yeah, I would never normally buy something like that just to keep it unopened, but because they sent me two and they didn't want the second one back, I thought, well, I'll just keep it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tough decision.
Yeah, tough decision, but somebody's gonna do it. Yeah.
I had to think long and hard.
Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah. Okay. Well, I love the R2D2. I've been thinking, it's one of these things you just need to have. And now with the re-release again, I'm thinking of doing that. But I was just at the point where I thought I might buy the Kada Ferrari, the Chinese one. Just because, well, it's cheap for the fun. But now I see this, and I think, well, this is obviously way cooler than that, and more expensive, but it's real Lego. So I have to think about that one too. And I still need to get me the space shuttle, obviously, which we'll come to later. But it's piling up now, so I need to buy. Yeah. I need to start buying stuff because it's getting out of hand now.
Is this a way of saying that you want Oscar and me to buy you something?
Yes, finally. It took us 5 episodes. Yeah. Let's buy each other. Let's all buy each other something.
It wouldn't be the first time.
No, it wouldn't be the first time. That's a trick we use a lot. Yeah, but no, it'll be done. I'm off a couple of days next week. Going into the camping place again, and I'm gonna probably spend my time looking at ordering Lego. So let's do it. I think it's cool. I think it's almost the same as the old one, but a little bit better, which I think is a good thing. And it looks great. I love how they always manage to make something look like the real thing. As I had with Baby Yoda too. So cool. So
very cool.
Oscar, are you buying one, or are you thinking about it, or?
I've hoovered with my finger over the
the hoover thing.
And actually my wife is on a short holiday this week. And I told her I might not be able to
contain yourself.
To contain myself. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean it's a good excuse, You need to have to console yourself a little bit with something like that. So.
But actually, for the Lego store, I normally buy it just on the Lego.com store in the Netherlands. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There you actually earn some points, and they have, if you buy it before tomorrow is over, you get double VIP points.
Okay.
Nice.
And so if I'm going to buy it, it's today or tomorrow.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So maybe during the live stream you'll accidentally buy it.
Sorry?
Maybe during the live stream you'll accidentally buy it.
Yeah, just click on it. It says naleveren here, so it's not available anymore.
Yeah, it's
the space shuttle is available still. You can put that
again.
in.
Yeah, but it was also on back delivery.
Oh, they have it have it again. This is droid.
But it's only 1 week, I think. The R2D2 is the 12th or the 13th of May or something.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Cool. Cool stuff. Yeah. Great stuff. Another thing that's really cool to have. We'll come to this later. Just to close off we've seen something really cool this week part. Again, this thing that comes back every couple of days, really. And the cool thing is that somebody has made a crawler out of this. I mean, he bought it for $40 and spent $500 in in overcomplicating it, but it does look amazing. It's such a cool little thing with a figure and a driver figure and all the details. You know, the dog outside the window. It just looks so cool. And all the lights, they're flickering because of the PWM, obviously. But it's wow. You know, I don't know if there's any part stock left on it, but well, the body obviously is from the thing, but I haven't really looked into it. But I saw this, and if you look at the right, where all the other videos are, there are tons of people that do everything with it. They tune it to everything. It's just so cool. And again, I still haven't bought it, which is stupid because $40 or $50 we probably should just buy it and maybe, and I don't know if I'm. This is another custom one. He made an old version of it, like rusty, with the lights and everything. This is also very cool. I just very cool. Anyway, so that was the WPL D12 van.
I can only see these things in white, and then with blue boxes in the bay
with koi
area, and for the koi fish.
With koi fish in it. That would be so cool. To have a real water basin with real kois in it. That would be the
well, maybe
guppies. Guppy transport. Anyway, so this was cool. And then there's one that might be a little bit too small to see, but still. We were talking about overcomplicating things and making things difficult that are not that difficult. This is one that just came by. A channel.
This guy does great videos.
A channel that helps you in every situation. And in this situation, it'll start again shortly. It explains you how you can get rid of a tie in your shoelaces. And this girl is explaining what if your phone charger is stuck in your shoes? Well, take a cake mixer, wind it around. It's just stupid. But and this guy is looking like whoa.
He's done a really good one for someone did a life hack for if you didn't have a handle on a cup.
Oh yeah.
And his answer to it was.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. It's just one of these things, you know, you scroll and you see stuff and something is mildly amusing and suddenly something comes by and you just have to laugh and you can't stop laughing because it's so stupid. This was one of these things. I just couldn't.
His channel is really funny. He does lots of those sorts of things. He's really good.
Yeah. So probably we should look up a little bit more and get some more in for next week. But anyway, so that was I think what I could think of in things that just how do you call it? Tickle my fancy, or no? It raised my interest. I don't know how to call it, but this is pretty cool. So yeah. Okay. May the 4th be with you. I was thinking about. I've got Star Wars stuff, but is it interesting to show? I mean, I've already shown my AT-80. I've shown the Baby Yoda, the Lego one. So that's all old news. I'm not going to do that again. But then I thought, wait a minute. I've got some stuff in the attic. And one thing that I almost forgot, but is actually pretty cool, is something that I will try and show you right now. So let me just try and hook to this other thing. Maybe get some light. Get some light there. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, so I think you had already seen the Ray and BB-8 like Hot Toys figure that I had in one of the last shows. But still, it's May the 4th, so let's just have it here too. Also, my Darth Vader. This was actually a quite expensive kit that I built a long time ago. I went to I don't know if you know Oscar, the Oude Binnenweg, where they had this model, a really old like model kit store, and there they had this type of kits, and I think it was 400 guilders or something, just the kit. But I don't know what I thought. I just bought it, and it's really cool, and I've had it ever since. But one thing that I bought just when it was released, and I think it was back in the time when probably the prequels came out, is this little thing. It's from Propel, and it's a really cool thing, and I'm gonna try and show you the unboxing because there's something really special to that. I had to do a lot of work today to do this, but isn't this cool?
This is cool.
This is a drone, like a flyable drone.
Yeah.
But it's I put on the props, so it doesn't fit exactly. But let me just have this shut up a little bit. So there's about, I don't know, 5 minutes of all kinds of Star Wars sounds and music and everything. But it's obviously an X-wing, and it has the props underneath, so you can fly it. I've never flown it because I don't want to crash it really.
Yeah.
But this is cool, and the cool thing is that if you open the box, and I might do that later on, the batteries are actually the nose parts, so you can detach the nose, and you've got 3 noses that are all batteries.
Yeah.
So you just stick it on, and it's just another battery. It's got a charger with it. It's got a transmitter with it that talks to you. So when you switch it on, it says, "Okay, start by doing this. Put the batteries in here. Put the left stick to the rear." It just takes you through the whole process, but just the unboxing of it, just opening this box and then having the light come on and having this sound coming to you is just one of the coolest things that I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So
that would take you by surprise if you weren't expecting that to happen.
Yeah, well, I wasn't really, not in that way. I had seen somewhere that it did something, but the effect is even has more of a wow factor when you open it yourself, and you're sort of expecting something, but you don't know what. And it's actually, this has been a couple of years now, and it's been in the attic for quite a while, and I thought, yeah, what are you gonna do with it? You know, it's not been in box anymore because I opened it, but I don't really want to fly with it, so it's cool to have. But obviously, this was the occasion to show it once.
Perfect opportunity.
Yeah, perfect opportunity to show it once again. But it's just one of these really cool things, and it's all very well packed, and it looks just great. So I thought I'd do that. Then I've got a couple. This is, by the way, the outside box. Let me maybe I can put that in here. So it's really nicely packed. This is the remote. So it also has everything has the Star Wars theme on it. So you know, it's just really cool box art too. So that's cool. This is the box for the Rey and BB-8 figure, which is nice because, well, you know all about that, Chris. But when you look inside, it also has, you know, more. Let's see if I can. More art in it, and it has all kinds of parts. I was gonna say it has all kinds of body parts, which sounds a bit weird, but it's actually true. So let me see if I can take this and put it up here. Bear with me. See if I can take this off without having hands all over the place, and arms and bags and all kinds of stuff. But you can have so many poses and different. See if I can.
Oh yeah, down at the bottom I see them all.
So you've got all kinds of hands with gloves, without gloves. It can hold a lightsaber. There's a lightsaber here too.
Yeah.
And it has glasses like the goggles. You probably can't see it very well, but something has come out. So there are. Oh well. Yeah, I knew that's what's gonna happen, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let me just get the camera on there. Yeah, it's fine, but it's it has goggles and all kinds of other cool parts.
Very nice.
Another bag, this is the stuff that that really they really like. It's so cool. It's so beautifully made, and it's just something you can't have enough of that. And there are so many kits that are just as nice. When you look at their site or the sites that sell this stuff, I could spend literally tens of thousands of euros on this kind of stuff, because it's just very, very nice, very well done.
There's a website that you should look at, or maybe not look at, called Sideshow Collectibles.
Oh yeah, I know that. I've got it in my. It's on my bookmark.
That's where I get mine from.
I follow them and I see everything, and it's really, really nice.
Yeah, that's where I got my Harley Quinn and my Iron Man figures and things.
Yeah. That's cool. Then we've got.
The force is strong with this one.
Yes. From Jin. This was not at all Hot Toys price. I think this was about 10 or 15 euros. And you can put batteries in it. And then the lightsaber lights up. And when you turn the torso, you can switch it on and off. And this was really cheap in a way. And you can see that the plastic is deteriorating a little bit, but still, it was, especially for the price, it was really, really cool. So I have this one, and then in the same series, because why stop at one? Because they were so cheap. Hold on a minute.
You bought 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000. And I've got this guy with the two lightsabers that you can.
So does he come apart in the middle, like in two halves?
I could. It moves. It doesn't come apart, but it's the same principle. Okay. You could put batteries in it, but I could probably make it in two parts. But no, but this guy is obviously epic too. So that's cool. And then there is only one real important figure I think missing in this lineup, and that is of course the one and only Obi-Wan Kenobi. From the prequels. So my house is too small, obviously. I need a man cave the size of Ahoy to get everything done. But it's just cool, and I had them standing for a while, and now they're in boxes up in the attic, just for waiting for the moment that they were freed again, and I might, I don't know, have a man cave or something. But anyway, so I thought, because of Star Wars Day, I'd just get everything out here. And it's so cool. And especially these last couple of guys, they are nowhere near the quality of what Sideshow is doing with Hot Toys and everything. But it's still cool for the price, and it's just a cool thing to have. So anyway, so that was, I think, or have I missed something? No. Oh well, I showed these ones earlier. These are collectibles, really. It's the Black Series, and I'm thinking of maybe just keeping these mint in box and see what it does. I don't know. Normally, when I try stuff like that, it doesn't work. It's not worth anything, even in 20 years. But I don't know. Let's just try it. Mandalorian and one of the Imperial Stormtroopers. So anyway, so that's
Yeah, very cool, very cool. I saw, I think, all the figures before, but I cannot recall that I ever saw the drone, your X-Wing.
No. Okay.
I really did not see it before.
No, maybe not. So. I think I shared a video of it when I unboxed it somewhere. I don't know where, but
really?
Well, okay. I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't know which platform. It might have been on Hives. No, I don't know. No, that's too long. That's too long ago. But no, it's I did. But the thing is that it's so cool, and I was so happy to have it. And then what are you gonna do with it? You know, it can fly, obviously, and it's cool to do that. But then you think, if I crash it, you know what? You should probably just keep this. It's not mint in box, but it's still new. And maybe, you know, this is something to just keep on hold on to, just as something nice to have, which is also something you can do, obviously. Just nice to have things and just keep it and know that you've got it. So yeah. So anyway, so yeah.
And but I think the best items you have you forgot to show.
Oh, I did.
Your beeldplaten.
Oh wow! Yes.
I've no idea what is in English.
Yes, the beeldplaten. Yeah, the laser discs.
Yeah. Laser discs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have laser discs of the original trilogy, but the enhanced version.
The Criterion ones. Are they the Criterion collection?
No, I don't think it's called like that. I can, maybe if we have time, I can just run down and see if I can find it quickly. If I know where it is. If it isn't, I know, maybe next week. But it true. I forgot all about that, but it's true. I was one of the few people that had a laser disc. For people that don't know what it is, it's like a really, really big, like LP, like vinyl size. CD, like DVD, which was the strange thing is that the signal that came out of Laserdisc was analog, but it was printed on digitally on a big disc like DVD is, but they needed that space because back then they couldn't put enough compression on it to put it on a smaller disc. So I don't know the exact numbers. But I think a laser disc couldn't even hold the data that now a CD can. So it was really limited. But back then, it was one of the few things that wouldn't deteriorate. Well, they did in the end, but they shouldn't. And because I was working with training and judgmental training, we needed a way to have software point to a certain piece of video and instantly play that piece of video. And there was really no way to do that. I know we had a Panasonic video recorder that had a RS-232 port on it, and it would rewind to a certain...
So now you're talking about the era of video games like Dragon's Legend.
Yeah, it was...
Dragon's Lair, rather.
Dragon's Lair, yeah. And it was like, so something would happen, the video would really fast... wind up or wind down to the position. There was a digital counter on it where it needed to play, and it started playing. And you could do all that with software. Icon Author was one of the packets that was used for that, and it was all high tech because then you had to also put that video signal onto a PC screen, which was like not possible back then. You had to buy a DVA card from a company in England. And they only built 6 every year, and they cost 4,000, I don't know, pounds, and it was just crazy. Just to get a video in a little window on your PC screen, that was not possible really, unless you went to great extents and costs to get that done. Anyway, the next step was the Laserdisc, and we had a company in Amsterdam who could print those, so you could ask them to. Like later on, you could print your own CDs and DVDs. They could print laser discs, and we used that. And they had these big, obviously large players, mostly pioneers, that could play these discs. And then you could skip to the right frame within a second or so, because it would just go to the correct thing. And that was something that we needed back then. And that was the reason why we went for Laserdisc. But, to cut a long story short, because I was working for these guys and I had access to Laserdisc players, some of which, for unknown reasons, ended up in my home. There was a shop in, I think it was Rodisc or something in Rotterdam, and they sold Laserdiscs. So I went there and I just bought movies on Laserdisc, and the quality was really good, but it was still low resolution. So it was a good quality but low resolution, because there was just no other video that you could show it on your television, which was 576 lines or something. That was it. So you didn't need anything higher really. But one thing, there were NTSC and PAL Laserdiscs. And obviously NTSC, nothing the same color, was not as good on our PAL television, so there was always a little bit of a problem with that. And that most of the Laserdiscs with movies were American, so there were NTSC. And then I found out that the player that ended up in my home couldn't play that. Then they brought out a player that you could switch, but the switching was like a boot switch, so you had to power it off.
Put a dip. You had to boot it in NTSC mode.
A dip switch on the back.
Really, with a dip switch?
Yeah, with a dip switch on the back. Put that in the right position, then start it up again, and it would boot up in NTSC mode, and you could play NTSC. My television luckily had the NTSC possibility in it. So I ended up, talking about making things complicated. We did that, but just the fact that you were able to do that you would get, and then I bought, obviously that's why we came upon this subject, the Star Wars disc collection. But I had, back in the time where you had this movie with Michael Douglas and was Undecent Proposal, and all in this time of these types of movies, you could do that. And there was quality also. Sometimes when you had a really high quality movie, it would even take 2 laser discs to just play the one movie. And you had a sort of and then it was some were letterboxed and some were, I don't know, there were different kinds, and some were cheaper, but they were also not as good. So it was a whole thing in itself. But the Laserdisc I had up until, I don't know, a couple of months ago, I had it. Somebody loaned it and I never got it back, so I need to figure out where it is now. But I could, in principle, I could still play, which might be a thing, just as a thing, play the Star Wars Laserdisc on the Laserdisc player, and just have a night looking at that old school stuff. It's cool. But it's cool. I probably can't find it within a couple of minutes, but I'll try and get it on next time. Yeah, that would be really cool. Okay, so for me, I don't know if you guys have other Star Wars stuff to discuss. Something? No. Then let's just go to the Space Shuttle, because it's not Star Wars, but it's close to it. It's our human version of Star Wars, probably. So let me just.
I started my kit, my Space Shuttle kit. And the first thing they have you build is the telescope.
Cool.
So what's kind of funny, I don't know if you can see in the video, but on the back here, there's a steering wheel out of one of the old Lego cars. This is Indiana Jones's whip out of Lego Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Cool.
That they use for doing the cables.
Yeah.
And then on the front, there's the, you can just close that. Just kind of. And then the solar panels are very thin, printed plastic, so you can see they're quite flexible.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's not really Lego, but it's printed and it fits. It fits in Lego. So that's the first part of the model build is the telescope, and they come with these little stands.
Yeah.
So you can
Okay. Yeah. Put it on there.
On a stand like that, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Cool.
And then.
Sorry, Chris. The solar panels, it's not stickers, so they are finished already.
It's a printed thin film of vinyl that's cut shape already. So there's no stickers. It's just pre-printed on vinyl.
Okay. Well, that's probably a good thing. Yeah,
definitely. Okay.
So then this is as far as I've got with the.
Oh, it's large.
With the actual model so far.
Cool. Oh wow.
And it has some really interesting features in it. So if I just put that down at the back, so the wheels are held up with springs inside. So when you put them up, they stay up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Same with the one at the front, like that.
Okay.
And then with this piece at the back here, if you straighten up the flap on here and push it.
Yeah.
Let me do this. Get that into the camera view.
Yeah.
Push it in.
Oh wow.
All the wheels.
Yeah. So cool.
And the really cool thing is the thing that makes that happen is actually this huge piece that runs along the inside of the bay at the bottom. So if I push and pull it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. It shifts.
See that it moves that, and that's what does the.
Wow.
And then there's a lot of traditional Lego pieces in here,
mm-hmm.
like old school Lego. So like all of these pieces up here are pieces of roof, like the old roof from the Lego houses. Okay. And then in the back here, there's the brown pieces are also the top of the roof off a Lego house.
Oh wow, yeah, mm-hmm. yeah.
So there's actually a lot of traditional Lego pieces in here. Mm-hmm. And then they've added a kind of a cool function for the back here. Let me get that higher up so you can see it. Which is if you twist the top engine.
Oh wow!
The flaps. Yeah.
It moves the flaps. Yeah, so it moves the ailerons.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's a pretty cool feature that they've added. Uh-huh. But yeah, this is where it is so far. It'll be finished next week, I think.
Yeah. It's cool, and it's really large too. It's a good size.
Yeah, it's big, and then it's designed obviously so that the Space Telescope model will fit inside the main shuttle bay here.
Yes.
So
cool.
But yeah, it was kind of interesting to see the number of old pieces that there are in here. Yeah. You know, just like really what I would call traditional Lego.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know, and then to see so something else in the telescope which is kind of funny. So as well as having the whip from Indiana Jones. The pieces that they've used to do the solar panels along here. Let me hold it up so you can see it. These are the jousting poles from the Lego Knight. But you remember you used to have Lego Knights on horseback? They would joust.
Yes.
These are the jousting poles from those Lego sets.
Yeah. You can see it at the end where they used to hold it. Yeah.
So and then there's these little aerials on the sides here. These fold up.
Oh well, yeah.
Close this down, and then you can.
Okay.
You can fold up the solar panels.
Yeah.
You know, so you can make it a lot smaller, and then to get it into the shuttle, you just take the solar panels off completely. They just unclip off the side here.
Okay. Uh huh.
Oops. Well, maybe.
They should. Yeah. Yeah.
But they unclip off the side just to get them into the shuttle. Wow. But yeah, it has some nice features on it.
Yeah.
But that's as far as I am. So the telescope is finished and the shuttle is about, I don't know, 60% done maybe.
Wow. Cool.
So
yeah, it's great. Did you start, Oscar, or haven't you started yet?
No, it's still behind me in the big wall. Yeah. And probably for the next coming weeks, I also will not start with it. It's building up suspense. Yeah.
They've done a really good job of, you know, given that Lego is square, they've done a really good job of getting the profile of the shuttle.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know, so the actual shape of it and everything, they've done a really good job of capturing the overall shape, which I kind of like.
It's obviously very important to get that right. because it has this very distinct shape. So cool.
Well, probably when they started building the real space shuttle, they started out with Lego.
Yeah, that was the first. Yeah, the first prototype.
That's why it's this shape.
Yeah. That's why
they should do that to make it easier for Lego. They should just build everything with Lego to make it easier for Lego to then do the model of it. Yeah.
Start with the Lego model and then you scale up to the real thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Oh well, it's great. I think probably next episode we'll probably see it finished, and
it should be by then.
It's beautiful. It's good to see. I haven't had any time to build on my Siemens because that was apparently missing from the program this week. I need to do the decals and everything, and I just didn't have the time. So hopefully next week we'll have a little bit more out of my build thing, and maybe next time I will have made a decision on buying some Lego instead of just talking about it. So let's make that a goal. Okay.
We could do like the clock. We could ask our massive pool of viewers to buy you some Lego.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, the whole thing with the clock. Oh, I didn't also have time to visit the clock, by the way. But to get the clock, we have a grand total of €0 donated now. So that's
excellent.
That's cool.
It's moving
that's
fast.
Cool. Yeah. In this rate, we'll be there in never. Well, I didn't really expect, but €1 or €2 would have been nice, but.
Hey, the good news is it's not -0.
No, that could be too. That somebody took something from it. Yeah, no, it's fine. Let's just see how that goes. And I'm still planning to. I mean, the shops are open again, so it's easier to go into the city. And if I do that, I'll definitely go by and make a video out of that. But anyway, I think the last thing that we could do, last 5 minutes, we started a little bit later to finish the hour, is do the herinnering of the week. And I think Oscar has nothing prepared, but he's thinking something up now.
For sure. Yeah. Well, it's not a difficult though. There are tons of memories of the week.
Yeah, you just need a qualitative one to be able to share it to our big audience. That's the whole problem.
Yeah, and there are of course also a lot of memories we cannot share.
No, we should have a separate only you account for that, or what is it called? OnlyFans account. What's it called? That thing? Yeah.
No, don't do an OnlyFans.
No.
Or only when they do a donation we can.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. There's something with patrons. And that whole thing, we could start up something like that. But no, let's first get...
if you do it live on YouTube, you can monetize the videos live, so our massive audience can click a button and donate while we're online.
Okay. That could be cool. That could be cool, yeah.
True.
Yeah, I've been thinking of switching from Twitch to YouTube, because you can do this on YouTube too, obviously, and we put everything on YouTube anyway. And maybe we should try that. I don't know. I don't know the advantages or disadvantages of the one or the other, but you can do YouTube too instead of Twitch. Because obviously on Twitch nothing much is happening. Well, on YouTube we had the best watched video ever, I think, the last one we did, with I think more than 20 views now, which is
wow.
Yeah, it's like double-digit growth. It's amazing.
That's 20 people clicked on it and didn't know what they were watching and were so curious they had to watch it to the end.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, I do that all the time. It's just it's another thing.
But not when it's a movie for an hour.
Yeah.
But maybe it has something to do that Van Moof was in the title.
Could be.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe people were searching for Van Moof and then
we're totally. What's the name?
Disappointed.
Disappointed to see us. Yeah.
Crushing disappointment.
No, well, it's okay. I mean, if we really want to monetize this, there's a whole other thing. I mean, I've had all kinds of like copyright strikes already. So you cannot monetize this video because this video is not shown in several countries because YouTube is really strict on that. Not Twitch so much, but YouTube is. If
you get strikes against showing Lego,
not so much Lego yet. That might happen if we are too negative about it. But no, it was probably music we used or a video we showed. I think it was a Space 1999 episode where stuff like that is being tagged, and sometimes it's not that big of a problem because it's only your video cannot be monetized, which we can't do anyway. So that's not a problem. But one was particularly a bit bad because they said some countries will not be able to watch this video, but it's nothing like really bad. But it is, you have to be careful because like that you will have a problem and you get a strike against you. Anyway, so is the memory still there, or have we forgotten about it?
No, it's still there. It's still there. We can do it. Do it. So it's about my first the original holiday buggy. Okay. Of course, I was a small kid. What was I? 6, 7, 8 years old. And you start driving it and are very gentle with it. And of course, it shouldn't be broken or damaged or whatever. But as a young kid, boy, you start to mess up the things, of course. So I was building ramps for it, and that started, of course, with just one stone and a piece of wood to drive over it, and that soon became a meter high or something, up until the moment you have a flying holiday buggy, but when somehow the G-force still gets its grip on it. And then it shuts in pieces to the earth, and then you start. And then I was small enough to start crying. I think still about it. So a front bumper was wasted, and one of the suspensions I still know that was gone. It was just a plastic knob with where you had two. On the front. I think 2 separate parts of the arm
that clicked around. That click.
Yeah.
That's when you want to start. That's when you first learn to start modifying things, because you look at the suspension and you go, "This would be better if it was made of metal."
Yeah. True.
And then its motor would be better if it was a 540, not a 360.
I even had a 380 in it, I think. But it's not a 380. A 540, I think. Or you got a 450. No, anyway,
you did an upgrade
the long
to 540.
One. Anyway, no, I know exactly what you mean. I saw a video somewhere this week, the comparison between the old version and the new version. New version is a bit better, but not that much. It's still like a budget range, so it's not particularly strong or high performance. But the old one had this like as you say, the front had 2 knobs on the bathtub frame. And there was the suspension was just clicked on it, and it would break easily. The bumper was not that good, and on the suspension itself in the rear was pretty good, with the shafts with the cardannassen, how do you call it? Anyway,
that was all metal.
That was all metal. The axles were metal, and the gears were open and plastic, which was not very good with dust and sand, everything. You could probably better not have grease on it, because then at least the sand would go off again if it flew around. But anyway, that was all not so good. But it had that little like print board material on the back. That was the actual suspension. And that was not well. I thought that would break, but in the end, that didn't break. Everything else did.
I think I also never.
No, so that was actually quite good. But if you look at the differences between the two, there is quite some differences. And what amazes me is that Giorgio is using his holiday buggy extensively. Mm-hmm. He is really he almost wants to take it to bed, and it's still working fine. There was one thing that he broke, like the body clip on the front, and I was able to order a new one, but I didn't even need that because I could glue it together and fix it, and it still runs. But so the whole driving train and suspension part, no problems at all. And he's not jumping meters with it, but he still, he bumps it around, and he's just, he's 5 years old. So what are you gonna do? But it's still there. I mean, this whole holiday buggy, the new one, has. I mean, it's worth 10 times as much right now because of the amount of hours that he already played with it, and it just keeps going. So in a way, it's a really nice, fun car, and it looks nice. So Giorgio is really having a lot of fun with it. So.
Yeah. So I was grabbing something different, but I have quite some tools, but that's only a part. But
Oh yeah, that was one of the those were.
I really kept these. I threw away the rest of the buggy, but
it's you should keep those. What you should do is you should put those in a little box with a frame around it, and just have a piece of art out of it. Have that somewhere in the man cave or whatever. And just have these parts up there because it was so cool. One thing that then we will close down. One thing that just came to mind. One of the first cars I had, or maybe it was the first Tamiya car, was the Cheetah. It was like a Lamborghini, a Lamborghini Jeep sort of, and it's called the Cheetah, the LM03 or something. And that one was particularly bad. It looked great, but it was a hard plastic body. It had suspension with torsion bars, which were plastic. You ended up putting more and more torsion on it, but it still wouldn't hold the car up, and they would break in the end, obviously. So those were all the types of problems I had. I ended up having real springs in the end, just from the suspension up into the body, just to keep it up. So that was all bad. But one thing that was totally my mistake, and I made that mistake a couple of times, is that on the rear axle there were shafts that you could put in with two like sliders and 2 pins, and they would hold like the drive shaft and the suspension shaft together. And I put everything together and I went driving, and within 1 minute I lost my forward motion because like one of these plastic things broke, and it just broke off, and I thought, huh?
What's happening?
Yeah. So I thought, okay, let's get another one. So I had one. I ordered, something, and I had another one. Exactly the same problem. And I thought, this can't be true. So I spent, I don't know, 3 or 4 of these parts, and then I saw that in the drawing you had to put a little metal bushing over that plastic part. And then put the thing in. So then it would hold it together, obviously, and the plastic would, because metal on metal wouldn't be great, so they used the plastic to have some sort of damping, but they needed the brass ring to keep the actual hold everything together. And I had just forgotten that. It was pretty unclear in the drawing, but I found these things. And what the hell are these? And then I thought, oh.
Hey Paul, I'm gonna have to go. I have a meeting in a couple of minutes,
we have it was enough. Thank you very much for joining again. And thanks everybody for watching if they did, and if not, we'll see you on YouTube next week, same time. It will be a little bit different because I'll be in Limburg.
We should put a note right at the end here that says, if you found this video and watched it to the end, put a note in the comments of what you searched for to get here.
Yeah, that's a good one. I will do that. Yeah.
Because we don't know.
We don't know. We don't have a clue. No. Okay. That's fine. Thanks, guys.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks from Limburg.
Yes. Bye-bye. Bye.